Now on Denver 7 News at 5 a.m., a roller coaster ride for stocks around the world. In the last 24 hours, we're tracking what it means for your retirement savings and high prices this morning for everything from gas to groceries.
Denver gearing up for Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final. That's tomorrow night at Ball Arena. The prep's underway to make the watch parties even bigger and better after the Avs' victory against the Tampa Bay Lightning Wednesday night.
And it is a weather action day here at Denver 7. Lisa is tracking the heat advisories across Colorado this morning. We also have some ways you can stay safe and cool because it really is dangerous. I mean, we've heard horrible stories around the country as this heat wave hits us.
Yeah.
So yeah, we want everyone to be safe this week. And thanks for watching. I'm Nicole Brady.
And I'm Jessica Crawford. We got team coverage of the heat advisory impacting your morning commute today and everything you need to know.
Now let's start with Lisa.
Yeah, and right now, take a look. Here's those heat advisories that cover all of northeastern Colorado this morning, which is why we issued a Denver 7 Weather Action Day to get you prepared on a day like this. We've already tied 2 records here within a week, and we could potentially tie another one. So heat advisories go into effect at 10 o'clock this morning. It's going to be about that time that we really start to see things ramp up. Low 60s right now in Denver. It's extremely mild out there early on this Friday morning. But take a look at the hourly planner. We're going to get into the low to mid, even upper 90s between about 3 and 6 o'clock. Still warm by 7, upper 80s near 90 at that point. So some triple digit heat possible across a good portion of eastern Colorado from the northeast to the southeast. In the mountains, it's going to be more 80s than 70s today. Hot out west too. Now coming up here in a few minutes, there is going to be a slight chance for a few isolated storms. We'll take a closer look at that and I'll have your Super 7-day forecast coming up.
And the overall heat can obviously play a role in the drive by raising up. It just changes the subsoil there under some of the roadways and can change the way it buckles and moves around under the pavement. Right now, the drive, you might be a little cooler up here in Genesee. Wrapping up the overnight construction, you saw some of the flashing lights up there, but not seeing any delays on I-70 to the west. Right now, the overall drive looks good, including here, I-70 through the lowered section. Take a look at the tunnel there, and it looks just fine. I'm not seeing any problems right now as they wrapped up the overnight construction. You can see the drive times on I-70 look just fine. No problems on 270 or that drive up to the north side or south side. And that drive to or from the airport looks just fine as well. No issues with the E470 drive. It's security wait time, 15 to 30 minutes right now inside DIA.
We do have some breaking news. Boulder Fire Rescue is working to put out hot spots from an overnight fire near Wonderland Lake, which is north of the city. It was contained to just about a half acre in size. You will likely see smoke along the Front Range today. Hopefully it won't be from any new fires here, but the state health department says haze is blowing in from big wildfires burning in Arizona and New Mexico. We saw similar effects earlier this week. If you have children or people in your family with heart disease or even elderly family members, you may want to encourage them to limit outdoor activity today.
Today's rare heat advisory carries some real health risks, and we're trying to help you stay safe. Denver 7's Veronica Acosta is live with what the CDC says families need to do early on days like this. Veronica.
We hear this all of the time. Staying hydrated, that is the best thing you could do to steer clear of any kind of heat-related illness. And over at the CDC, experts say the best thing you can do is start drinking water now when it's really cool these early morning hours. Here's what else they recommend. If you're working outside in spots like the one behind me, we know there's a lot of construction all around Denver, these construction sites where it's hot out. They recommend you should be drinking 1 cup of water every 15 to 20 minutes. Now, CDC also says drinking small amounts of water frequently, more effectively than just kind of taking it all in one go. Then there's drinking water after work. Experts say that's important too because you need to replace what you sweated out. Now, as we start feeling temps get hotter and hotter sooner and sooner, AC no longer just an option for a lot of us. Excel says it's ready for the demand, but here's what the company recommends so you can save some money. They say you should be closing your curtains, getting the fans going if you're home, maybe even upgrade to a programmable thermostat so you can better control temps as well as costs. Now, our state is focused on making sure that despite temps increasing every year, our electric grid can go ahead and handle it. That's why today Colorado's Public Utilities Commission scheduled to explore utility readiness. They're going to be having that meeting this afternoon. It starts at 2, and of course, we'll keep you updated on whatever comes of that meeting. We're live in Denver this morning. I'm Veronica Acosta, Denver 7.
Veronica, thank you. Well, if you're like me and you've been struggling to sleep through this unbelievable heat, we've got some suggestions this morning for how to get a better night's rest.
I think we're clear.
The experts at sleepapnea.org recommend you use cotton sheets. Remove the blanket on your bed and replace it with a sheet that you spritz with water. Also, remember, heat rises. So if you live on a 2-story house or in an apartment, you can help to drag your bed to the first floor or to sleep on the couch. If all else fails and you can't get enough quality sleep at night, plan for a nap in a cool space during the day.
Yeah, it has been hard to sleep this week. Wednesday's official watch party for the Avs was a big success, but there are plans to make it even bigger and better for Game 2 tomorrow. Denver 7's Christian Lopez is live at the Tivoli Quad on the Auraria campus with details on this. It's a Saturday game, so we can expect big crowds. Christian.
Yeah, we can. They saw 5,600 people on Wednesday. They're expecting that number to double on Saturday, so around 10,000 people. Organizers are getting everything ready to make sure that people have a fun and safe time. They told us that they were really happy with how everything turned out on Wednesday. The biggest issue that they had was some confusion among fans on how to enter. So there's only one entrance for safety and security purposes, and it's located on the southwest corner of Tivoli Quad at the intersection of 10th and Larimer. And ahead of Game 2 on Saturday, organizers are increasing the number of staff for the food and for the beer areas.
There were a few lines. We're actually going to double our team that's going to support our fans on Saturday. We want to ensure that the fan experience is the best it can be, and so we are entirely focused on serving their needs.
And Denver police will be increasing patrols here as well as at Ball Arena, and those gates will open at 3 p.m. on Saturday. We're live in Denver this morning. I'm Christian Lopez, Denver 7.
Thanks, Christian. The Avs will have practice at Ball Arena this morning at 11. We'll be there to talk to the coach and players gearing up for Saturday's Game 2. Tonight, some of the Avs support team and Denver 7 will be at the Denver Rescue Mission.
We're very excited to take Bernie and 2 members of our ICE patrol, TV talent from Altitude, Peter McNabb and Mark Mosier, and Danny New from Channel 7 are going to join us in serving dinner to the clients at the crossing.
And the Avs do a lot of things to help the rescue mission. One of them we showed you, they collect all the hats thrown on the ice after a hat trick to donate to the mission. And there's also a yearly canned food drive. Denver 7 is your home for all things Stanley Cup. We have special coverage tomorrow morning starting at 7 a.m. Join us for the pregame show at 5:30 p.m., the games at 6, and then our postgame show immediately after. And breaking overnight, the Golden State Warriors won their 4th NBA title in the last 8 years, beating the Boston Celtics in Game 6, 103-90. After falling behind 14-2 in the start of the game, the Warriors made a comeback. Steph Curry finished the series with a team-high 34 points and was named the NBA Finals MVP.
We have new details from Birmingham, Alabama, the scene of a deadly church shooting just as senators are hitting a roadblock on gun reform. Police say a second victim has now died. They haven't identified them or the suspect who was taken into custody. There was a Boomers potluck event going on at the time. Senators are pausing their gun negotiations this weekend. There are 2 sticking points. First, whether states have to fund red flag laws like Colorado has. It allows a court to take someone's guns away if they're a danger to themselves or others. The other issue is the so-called boyfriend loophole that allows domestic abusers to get guns.
I think we're in a better place in terms of the grants to states that have crisis intervention programs.
I think Senator Cornyn thinks what I believe, which is that the American public is not going to accept nothing as an answer.
It's unclear right now if the Senate will be able to vote on the gun legislation next week.
Well, stock futures are up this morning, but a brutal week on Wall Street is taking a toll on all of our 401ks. Asian stocks also took a hit overnight. The Dow closed under 30,000 yesterday, its lowest point in a year. Almost every major 401k has lost 10% or more of its value since the start of the year. Here's some good news for you, though. Some relief coming to the Central 70 project. Another 6 miles of express lanes are opening today, and traffic expert Jason Luber has the details on that.
Yeah, the new section of express lanes, Nicole, are on the eastbound side of the project between Colorado Boulevard and I-225. Now, last week, the express lanes opened in the same area on the westbound side from 225 on over to Colorado Boulevard. Now, the express lanes are free right now while CDOT tests their tolling equipment.
So really just want to make sure that that tolling equipment is working as it should, making sure that it's counting all of the vehicles that are using the lanes. So this is pretty typical for all of our express lanes testing that we've seen throughout the metro area.
Expected that CDOT won't start charging tolls until early next year. Now, the next major milestone will be opening the eastbound I-70 tunnel, scheduled right now for the weekend of July 16th and 17th. The majority of this I-70 project should be wrapped up by the end of this year. And looking at traffic around town, it actually looks okay for the most part. We do have one crash downtown it's a rollover crash at Stout and Park Avenue West. You can see I-25, the headlights coming at us, the southbound side, Lisa, moving along just fine to downtown.
It's going to be a warm one. Today is the hottest day on our Super 7 day. It's a Denver 7 weather action day due to that. We're going to take a closer look at our Super 7 day coming up. 98 for a high in Denver today. Heat advisories in effect across northeastern Colorado, 80s in the mountains. I'll show you when things are going to cool down and return to near normal coming up.
Take a look at your screen here. If you have these pills in your medicine cabinet, there's a recall to know about, and the problem is with the bottle. Plus,
I'm John Matarese. We're being bombarded by calls and text scams about our bank account, about online orders we didn't make. New technology to stop those scams coming up.